This is Digivation Network.
A credible election is one that is transparent, inclusive, accountable, and competitive. Most importantly, credible elections are characterized by efficient results collation process.
This is Digivation Network.
On that note, I warmly welcome you to Digivation Network, Africa's leading technology, business, lifestyle, innovation program on television. I am Adaze Okiaine, and I am standing in for the regular anchor, Bayero Agabi. To be part of this show, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network, for exciting videos and to win prizes. Remember also to follow us on all our social media handles displayed on your screen. In this edition, we bring you a special report on Nigeria Postal Service NIPOST. We will examine the challenges facing the Nigerian Postal Administration and the way forward. We'll also have trending issues that have made the news this week within the digital space.
Hello, I am Bayero Agabi. Welcome you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact, and new business frontiers. This is Digivation Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us.
Amended stands part of the bill. Say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Further amendment that the Commission may transmit may at the discretion of the Commission, may, not shall.
Reacting to the controversy surrounding the amendment of the electoral bill by the National Assembly, which would see that INEC may consider electronic transmission of results, provided that the national coverage is adjourned by the Nigerian Communications Commission (NCC) and approved by the National Assembly. The Institute of Software Practitioners of Nigeria President Chinyanye Umba Unzoko, in a talk with Digivation Network, insists there is no doubt Nigeria has the technology for the transmission of electronic election results nationwide.
When you look at INEC, and I don't think people have actually stopped to think about what INEC has been in terms of technology, because every 4 years and in between, this nation spends a humongous amount of money around IT infrastructure, which includes telecommunications, to facilitate good elections. Unless we want to say that in the last 14, 15 years, that money has gone to waste, I do not agree that we are not able to handle electronic transmission of results. From a technology perspective, there can be no doubt that the technology already exists. The country's coverage of 2G, for example, back in 2016, I think it was approaching something like 84%, right, of 2G networks, if that's the base, across the entire country, about 84% of that. And so then it goes, as it starts to go towards 4G and 5G, it shrinks, right? So it goes from 84% to like 60% or 54% or 53% for 3G, and then 30-something% for 4G, and maybe less for 5G. 5G is just coming to the space. So with a combination of the technology of the telecoms networks and the satellites, we've got NichComSats that has coverage across the entire countries by satellite. There is no reason why we cannot transmit results.
According to him, the technology exists and must be coordinated to ensure a free and fair election. Ever wondered how to use your mobile phones to scan a document? Let's join Folawewo Ayeni on DG Tech Tips to discover how to scan using an Android phone. Over to you, Fola.
15 and even 20 years ago, it would be totally impossible to ever think a mobile phone can scan a document. but now it can. With Google Drive on Android and Notepad on iPhone, you can scan and send just like that. And I, your girl Falawe Wayeni, is going to show you how on today's Detectives. Stay with me. If you're using an Android device, the best way to scan documents is through the Google Drive app, like I said earlier, which comes pre-installed on pretty much every Android device these days. You can scan documents directly into Google Drive by typing the plus button in the lower right corner of the home screen. Tap the capture button to snap the document. Afterwards, a preview of the scanned documents will immediately appear. You can then crop using the cropping adjustment. Once finished, tap the check mark in the lower right corner of the screen. You have 3 options immediately after scanning something. Tap the plus sign to add more pages to the document. To redo a scan, tap the circular arrow in the middle. Tap the checkmark icon to finish and upload the document to Google Drive. You can also make minor adjustments to your scans as you go. For instance, tapping on the painter's palette in the top right corner will allow you to change the scan's color selection and cater it towards a specific kind of document. By default, the scanner will automatically pick the one it thinks it's best. Lastly, the 3 dots in the upper right corner will let you delete, rename, and rotate the scan if need be. Uploaded scan are added to Google Drive as PDF. You can also share your scanned documents from this menu by tapping on Share Link. This will share a link to the document on Google Drive, while Send a Copy will allow you to share the actual file over email or send to other apps. So you can now scan and send any document any time of the day just like that, using your Android device. Join me next week on how to scan using your iPhone. And please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network. See you next week. Bye.
This is Digivation Network.
Thanks, Fola. Now you know how to get your documents scanned on the go. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network. Still to come is a special report on NIPOST, the current challenges and the way forward.
This is AIT Infotech Network, reaching you from Freetown in Sierra Leone, Accra, the Ghanaian capital, Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, Johannesburg in South Africa. We are in Cairo in Egypt, Tunis, the Tunisian capital, Cape Town in South Africa, reaching you from Dubai, Hanover in Germany, live from Chicago, Las Vegas in the United States of America, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. We are in Beijing, China, in London, England. I am Ayowande Adalemo. Join us.
If you have just joined us, this is Digivation Network, your award-winning and Africa's leading tech and business show on television. I am Adaze. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network. An efficient postal service provides essential infrastructure for the expansion of industry and commerce, as well as promote national cohesion. Unfortunately, many developing countries, including Nigeria, have yet to actively maximize the potentials and benefits of the postal administration. Up next is our special report that analyzes the factors affecting the Nigerian Postal Service and how it can be restructured to operate in a digital world.
This is Maitama in the heart of Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, and behind me is the abandoned proposed headquarters of the Nigerian Postal Service, otherwise known as NIPOST, an organization still basking in the euphoria of analog transactions and in some cases the premises overgrown with weeds and flawed. just before the advent of the Global Systems for Mobile Communications (GSM), leading to the subsequent growth of digital services in Nigeria, NIPOST was the poster boy of the Nigerian economy, as it was one of the biggest employers of labor and generating huge income to the pride of the nation. Today, the story is different. With the strong growth and usage of digital technologies and services, the fortunes of NIPOST has been on a downward trend against the expectations of many who predicted that the Nigerian Postal Service will transform just like other organizations using technology as catalyst.
Post itself seems to be one huge, big entity. We used to have a post bank, in the past. And I really don't know what happened that we are not still having it, it functional as it were. But I'm sure with the Postal Act, it could be revived. You are correct, but many countries have the financial services that are actually, doing well, serving government, employing massive, labor. I believe that if NIPOST gets its act together.
Established by the colonial masters in 1852 as the Nigerian Postal and Telecom Services, now called NIPOST, it was set up to provide postal administration and services to Nigerians with offices across the nation employing over 20,000 employees. But today, NIPOST is a shadow of its old glory.
The post is supposed to be a national heritage. And somehow a lot of people are thinking that the post is no more relevant because of technology. But for me, I think technology should actually enhance the post, make it better, make it stronger. But it seems that that is not the case, because even the NIPOST as an organization still has a lot to do to leverage on the impact of technology in terms of training, in terms of provision of the hardware and all of that. And so to that extent, we will say that a lot still needs to be done.
To get a clearer picture of how much the digital technologies have enhanced postal operations, we begin from the United States of America. With nearly 500,000 employees, the United States Postal Service employs more than Chrysler, Ford, and General Motors combined. It delivers billions of pieces of mail to over 152 million addresses every year. With annual revenue of $65 billion, the United States Postal Service ranks as the 42nd largest global corporation on Fortune 500 list. This situation keeps improving even as digital technologies grow. Now let's take you to India, a cooperative economy like Nigeria. In India, banking services are provided by the post, which drives financial inclusion and helps deepen e-government services with robust partnership. From India, we move to the United Kingdom, where the post is still as strong as the digital economy. The postal service in the United Kingdom are provided predominantly by the Royal Mail and Post Office Limited, which oversees post offices. Since 2006, the market has been fully open to competition, which has had greater success in business-to-business delivery than in ordinary letter delivery. The industry is regulated primarily by Ofcom, the Office of Communication. In Ghana, a West Africa country very close to Nigeria with a smaller economy, the Ghana Postal Services Corporation was converted a limited liability company as the nation's designated operator, with a network of 360 post offices across the country. Ghana Post provides courier, financial services, remittances, post assurance and agency services, and traditional mail services. However, in Nigeria, the postal service is becoming more of a liability than economic booster to the government.
Much opportunity around the postal network. Unfortunately for all of us, it's not meeting up to expectations. I spoke about the fact that some of the biggest banks in the world are postal networks. The biggest e-commerce chain in the world are postal networks. The biggest employers of labor in most countries are the postal networks. The largest owner of vehicles in America is the postal network. So just to give us perspective, and unfortunately for us in Nigeria, those things are not happening.
More worrisome is the downward trend of patronage of postal services due largely to quality of service, poor customer care, lack of modern skilled manpower to drive its operations in a digital world. Our visit to some of its operations further show that part of NIPOST's misfortune is unmotivated workforce and lack of modern equipment. For instance, a visit by our crew to some of its operations is nothing but an eyesore and a poorly motivated workforce, poor facilities, and working environment. Some observers believe that the misfortune of NIPOST may be down to poor management on the part of its leadership.
Leadership is key, and what I will hope will happen is that after the passing of the law, where NIPOST is fully commercialized, the leadership of NIPOST need to be rejigged. And in fairness to the present government, they tried. They tried to employ professionals to, lead the present postal network, but politics refused to get out of the way.
To reverse this trend, the Honorable Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, in a bid to transform NIPOST and reposition it in line with today's digital reality, directed that NIPOST activities must move from manual to digital, including financial transactions. However, despite this ministerial support and directive, it appears the leadership of NIPOST does not want to shift as cash transactions hold sway, as seen in this video captured by our cameraman. At the Marina Lagos office of NIPOST, it's a sorry sight to behold, especially on a rainy day. It presents a picture of an aquatic habitat due to the flooding that characterizes this sprawling edifice. Efforts to speak with the management of NIPOST to hear its sides of the story proved abortive, as the management is yet to respond to our numerous calls and questions.
To be sending message through that ancient and archaic method. When we are in a digital, a better way of sending information, we will now go to the past. If the government are failure, we cannot be a failure. We know what is right. We continue using what we know that is the best. Except the advanced is something and it make it efficient and effective. One can now be adopt the method of disseminating information.
Nobody knows about this existence. So I just believe that there should be an aggressive public enlightenment campaign to sensitize the public consciousness to its existence. Nobody knows about its existence.
I don't think so. I don't think NIPOST is working. If NIPOST is working, NIPOST should work the way DHL is working. You understand? All Nigerians are supposed to have a postal address. I have a home, though it's an rented apartment, but there is no NIPOST presence in that place. You understand? So, for example, I'm staying in flat 5. You understand? How person is that. So I'm supposed to have at least a NIPOST address, a NIPOST code. In fact, when you are writing a postcode of Nigeria, like Lagos, is always +234. then followed by your phone number. So if I'm buying something maybe like from AliExpress now, I'm supposed to have a postcode number, but there's nothing like that. So NIPOST can go a long way to make money if they actually engage every individuals.
As the digital revolution continues, some observers believe that NIPOST can still contribute to the gross domestic product of Nigeria. However, they are of the view that the post must return itself with a well-motivated workforce and the requisite digital skills and a leadership that is visionary and upwardly mobile as it is in other parts of the world.
Thanks for staying with us. That was a special report on the current challenges of NIPOST and the way forward. If you are still watching, this is Digivation Network. You can watch trending reports and informative videos on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network.
Hello, I am Ayowande Adalemo, welcoming you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact, and new business frontiers. This is Digivation Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Ayowande Adalemo. Join us.
Coming right up is challenges and opportunities of the Nigerian startup space, featuring Ayowande Adalemo, Co-Director, Founder Institute, Lagos.
Thank you very much for that. Digital technology solutions for Nigerian market are quite increasing rapidly. Do you think they are ready for the global market?
So when we say the global market, there are certain nuances that Nigeria has not been able to catch up with. So let's go back a bit in history. The first industrial revolution, right? We probably might excuse ourselves for not being part of that first industrial revolution. We may even excuse ourselves for not being part of the second industrial revolution. Again, slavery and all of those things were played out, and we were the losing end of that bargain of the industrialization of Europe. We were at the losing end because, again, our leaders, as usual, also partook in that act. So you can't blame Europe for what happened in Africa, really, because we were actively involved in slave trading ourselves. So we didn't catch those first two trains. The third industrial revolution is gone. America, Europe, and China and Asia leads those revolutions. Now that machine and humans are fusing together, what is known as the fourth industrial revolution, we still are not catching up with it. Number one, we don't even have broadband availability. So when you design anything digital, you cannot go global because already there are thousands of those kind of solutions that have been available towards the end of the second industrial revolution into the third industrial revolution, well established, and now they're just ensuring that they innovate for the fourth industrial revolution. Industry 2.0, Industry 3.0 has come and gone. So we are not even catching up with, our economy is still based on what was discovered in the 1800s, oil. That's what our economy is still based on. The biggest businesses we have are not digital businesses in Nigeria. They are businesses that sell sugar, rice, food. And that tells you that the copy and paste model of most of the digital solutions we have will not help us. I don't think a lot of them will scale. However, when you look at people like Cover 360, when you look at people like Thank You Cash, those who have, you can see a level of critical thinking in what they're doing. They're looking at the market and asking themselves, do I need an app because I want to go global? Or do I need an app because I want to solve a local solution? When you solve a local solution very well, then global issues that represent that solution in Vietnam, in Afghanistan, in Kenya, in Somalia, will call you to come and say, hey, we have that same problem here. Can you use your solution to solve our problem? Then you begin to go global. If you don't solve the local solution, so I tell a lot of startup founders, don't develop smartphone solutions for Nigeria. How many smartphones do we have really? Less than 25% of the market for phones are smartphones. So who are you developing that solution for? How many people, our per capita GDP is less than 2,000 US dollars. Statistics will even tell you it's $2,440, yeah? And that shows you're very poor. But the potentials are there. Potentials in mining, in agriculture, in human resources. There are a lot of potentials here. But start with, in Yoruba land where I come from, there's a proverb they say, "Ibi pelebe lati mo oleje." Ole is kind of bean meal that is cooked. It's popularly called moi moi. You don't eat moi moi from the very bulky parts. You start from the very part, especially the ones done in leaves. So you start from using USSD solutions, low-tech solutions to solve problems that scale. While you're solving low-tech solutions, you will now realize that when you're giving low-tech solutions, you realize that you're scaling people to become a lot more solvent with disposable income.
Thank you for joining us, and we hope to have you again.
This is Digivation Network.
Thanks for staying with us. That's all we can take on the show for this week. You can reach us on our social media platforms displayed on your screen. To watch a replay of this episode, please go to www.youtube.com/Digivation Network to see it and many other reports. On behalf of the regular anchor, Bayero Agabi, thank you for watching. My name is Adaze Okiaine. Join us again next week. Stay safe.